We're in the presidential palace in Manila, where it's just over.
Balang araw, bababa rin ako dito sa pwesto ko. Balang araw, mamamatay ako. Makakalimutan rin ako ninyo. But let me leave you a message that is very important and it would spell the difference between progress and development and maybe a failed country in the end.
Ikaw yung tao na hinusgahan at kinatakutan dahil sa iyong katauhang walang iniilagan, kinilala kang palamura at bastos ng karamihan. Tunay na kakaiba sa mga pangulong nagdaan. Tandang-tanda ko pa nung panahong ika'y kumandidato. Di ka man yung nangunguna sa debate, di natalo, prang ka man magsalitat. May ugaling tarantado, yun ang naging dahilan kung ba't minahal ng mga tao. Sa iyong pagkapanalo, aking nasaksihan pagbabagong ninasam, unti-unting nakakamtan. Maraming adik ang dahil sa'yo ay nagbagong buhay. Iskinitang dating madilim ay nagkaroon ng kulay. Binaga mo ang pader ng mayayamang oligarko na siyang nagpapahirap sa maraming Pilipino. Hinayag mo ang basurang nakakubli sa gobyerno, kahit na alam mong buhay mo ang kapalit nito.
Nung sabi ko sa kanya, ikaw ang dalhin ko, buksan mo. Pagdating ko dito sa Manila, binuksan niya, putang ina. Ang kalaban ko, 6 na general sa pulit. Customs. Lahat ng mga gangster nandoon. Sabi ko, ang kalaban ko, bayan ko mismo. Kalaban ko, bayan ko mismo.
At sa iyong panunungkulan ay di inaasahan. Sa bayan ng Marawi, sumiklab ang digmaan. Mahigit 5 buwan, walang tigil ang putukan. Samut-saring hinagpis, maririnig sa pahayagan. Maraming nawalan ng mahal nila sa buhay. Kristiyano at Muslim, mga sundalong namatay. Kaya't labag man sa loob, pumirma ka't ipinasa buong Maguindanao sa martial law ay dineklara. Kasabay ng desisyon na gumulantang sa lahat. Bukod tangi kang pangulong sa digmaan lumapag. Handang magbuwis ng buhay, katapangay pinamalas. Dahil sa iyong ginawa, saludo ang buong Pinas. At pagkatapos ng digmaan, muli mong ibinangon ang bayan ng Marawi. Ito na siya ngayon, tila ba hindi winasak ng digmaang nagdaan. Salamat po Tatay Digong, di mo sila pinabayaan.
Ano ang dapat abangan ng ating mga kababayan at ano po yung mga maipagmamalaki yung legacy ng Duterte administration?
Nothing. All I want the people is to just look around. Dito, ganito. Hindi ko ipagyawang. Una-una, hindi ko ito pera. That's not my money. All I would just say is that we built and that's all. I will not crow about it in public.
Ngunit para bang pagsubok, sa'yo'y naglalaro. Isang kakaibang sakit ang lumaganap sa mundo. Sakit na kumitil sa libu-libong mga tao. Kaya't lockdown sa Pinas, pinatupad na ng gobyerno. Maraming Pilipino di na nakapagtrabaho. Di alam kung saan kukuha ng pagkain isusubo. Ngunit di ka nagpatalo, gumawa ng paraan. Ipinasa mo ang ayuda sa sikmuray lumaman. Alam naming hirap ka na, mahal naming Pangulo. Sa 2 taong Marami pong salamat sa iyong pagmamahal. Pangako namin sa aming puso, di ka matatanggal. Marami pong salamat sa iyong pagmamahal. Pangako namin sa aming puso, di ka matatanggal.
Go ahead and file the case. Wala akong problema. I can rot in prison for my country. Yan ang nagagawa. I am not a Filipino for nothing. Baski ganito lang kami kapobre, puta, wag do not fuck with our dignity. Go ahead and file the case. Wala akong problema. I can rot in prison for my country. Yan ang nagagawa. I am not a Filipino for nothing. Baski ganito lang kami kapobre, puta, wag do not fuck with our dignity.
Ayan! Ayan! Puta na, pangit yung mic dito sa tiyanak ah. Hindi maganda rito yung mic. Hindi maganda yung microphone natin dito sa tiyanak. Maraming salamat po, Tatay Digong. Yan. BBM! Kumusta ka na? Okay. Mag-shoutout muna tayo. Mag-shoutout tayo. Shoutout ka. Nami-miss niyo itong mga chat. Ito ang pambubuisit na boses. Namiss niyo itong mukhang to pagka nang bubuisit? Ha? Namiss niyo ba itong mukha na to pag nang bubuisit, ha? Mambubuisit tayo ngayon. Okay, shoutout Miss Teresa Norma Torsar, Ate Charilu, Jory Severino, ayan, Jim Lord Wapakels, Star Gemini, yeah, Joylyn Ligaspi, Ate Mocha, ayan, Maria Cecilia Malinaw, Jasmine Arnel Ibanez, April Infante, Star Gemini, Linsky. Oy, shoutout sa'yo, Linsky, ha? Kumusta ka na, ha? Eve Willing, Salome Pascal, Ate Jose Ima, yan o, Lady G, Beth Cruz, Salome, Ate Merani Kimura, nako, patay. Ate Merani Kimura, first time mong nakita tong mukhang to. Marilu Igarashi, nako. Magandang dila. John, Chrissy Brooks, ay ka Spencer. Ay, Spencer, magandang gabi sa'yo. Joji Belda, nako. Hoy mga basher, welcome. Mga troll, welcome. Welcome mga troll, welcome kayo, ha. Yolanda Galang, Marilu Igarashi, Vilma Adan, nako, sino to? Bossing, mukhang diado ang presidente ko dyan, Cebuana, gayud ako. Good morning, Miss Butterfly. Star Gemini, sino ba nandyan? King Ray, nako. Si Charita Balye. Kumusta po, Sir Buster? Okay lang, okay. Buster, maganda yan ngayon mong pagmumurahin, animal. Medyo naka-red doors ata ang tiyanak. Hindi nga eh, wala nga, kagigising ko lang. Natulog ako eh. Buti na ihi ako, kung hindi ako naihi, hindi ako makakagising. Ate Benny Galios, good morning. Miriam Perez, nako. Renato Valle, hello to all daw, hello to all. Yan. Gihubak man ay daloon, nangayayak. Jonathan Monares, sino ba nandyan? Ako, patay. Hindi makabangon si Damunyor kasi nakipagrambulan sa ahas. Ay! Ate Jenny, kumusta ka na? Ay, Kay Spencer!
Kay Spencer. Kay Spencer, si Ate Jenny nandiyan, oh. Ayun, oh, walang kakupas-kupas, oh. Walang kakupas-kupas si Ate Jenny. Nako, animal. Maganda pa rin. Oh, wala na. Fox Queen, ha. Magtiyanak tayo, magtiyanak.
Yan. Ang bibuisit ako eh. Mas masarap ang buisit pagka ganitong itsura. Tangina, kawawa na naman masasagasaan ko nito.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Ate, ay puta, boses ko nasa...
Yan. Alicia Ishiwata. Yan, oh. Soledad Mitsuya. Delia Tan. Naku, patay ka. Mami Love Vlog watching from North California, USA. Hello po. Hello din sa'yo. I am live streaming in Netherlands. Tiyanak boys. Oo, tiyanak tayo ngayon. Love Okada. Yan. Mas gusto talaga si tiyanak. Animal ka. Okay. Buisit. Saan yung cellphone ko? Bakit walang Ate Jenny? Bago yung account mo. Baka masipa Ate Jenny ko. Naku, delikado. Sandali, jajakitan ko lang yung Ate Jenny ko. Baka madali ito ng mga troll. Alam mo, hay! Mga basher, iniimbitahan ko kayo. Pasyalan niyo ako rito sa live ko. Ano ko ngayon? Nasa good mood ako ngayon para balitaktakan at makipagbasagan sa inyo mga animal kayo. Ha? Pasok kayo, pasok! Pasok! Ano sabi? Ang hirap talaga pag sabay-sabay ang mga DDS vlogger. O, lipat ka muna sa kabila. Lipat. Paminsan-minsan lang to, sinasabi ko sa inyo. Paminsan-minsan lang ako ganito, Never care, watching from Singapore. Singapore, Paranaque. Okay. Paano kaya nila Kaya alam nyo, kaya iniimbitahan ko yung mga troll ngayon. Paano nila ipagtatanggol itong malaking katangahan? Malaking kabobohan? Malaking kahihiyan na sinapit ni BBM Animal? Di ba? Paano nila ipagtatanggol itong putang ng lambudol sa kanila? Sige na. Pasok na mga troll para masampal ko kayo ng katotohanan at malaman ninyo kung gaano kayo katanga. Ate Daylan Aris, I miss you, I miss you so much. Mwah, chup, chup. Bet namin ang natural na kapuyuan mo, kuya, tsaka boses mo, pang kontrabida, lakas makabuhi. Mas malakas mambuis ito kung ngayon mo lang ito maririnig. Ito nga ang hinahanap-hanap ng mga viewer ko eh. May pa-Gcash ako sa'yo, kita mo? Sa sobrang tuwa ng mga nag-aabang na maging tiyanak ulit si Buster, may nagpa-Gcash na. Ate Daylan Aris, thank you, Momwa Chup Chup. Diba? Nako.
君の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は
First time dito, watching, narinig ko. Pinromote ba ako ni Banat Bay? Oo, mahal tong boses na ito. Ito ang boses na pinaka malakas mambuisit. Oo, ay kung namimiss niyo ibang vlogger, ay doon kayo. Never share ha, thank you. Never share, hindi ito totoo kung ano ha, pero ngayon lang ako nagganito kasi mambibuisit ako eh. Tirahin na natin to! Ano ba ang nangyari? Excited kayo masyado. Ano ba ang nangyari? Ano ba ang nangyari doon sa interview? Ay, take note ha, may bago pa siyang interview ngayon ha, pinanood ko kanina ha. May bago pa siyang interview ngayon ha. Oo, pero ano nangyari nung in-interview siya sa Australia? Buti nga. Biruin mo, hindi na sana siya ma-interview, bumalik-balik pa ang ungas. Ayun, natali siya, dali. Ikaw yan, Buster. Ako nga. Wala nang iba. Ay, Ate Las Precious. Thank you ha. Thank you. Oo, thank you. Maraming salamat, Ate Las Precious ha. Muwa, chup, chup ha.
君の虜になってしまえばきっと
Ate Las Precious, pagka nagpapakulay si Ate Mocha, sinusundan mo kagad. Ngayon, ikaw na magnauna, baka sundan niya. Okay. Tirahin na natin to, baka tirahin pa lang iba. Ano ba nangyari? Ano ba nangyari kasi dyan sa animal na Australia na yan? Nasaan na yun? Hoy! Nasaan na yung video? Nawala ah. Ito ba yun? Ito. Hanapin natin yung video para sigurado tayo. Hindi tayo maano. Ayan. Iyan o. Talaga naman o. Oo. Ano sabi ni Sonia Bronze? Nako, natagpuan ko si Tiyanak. I love it. Ano ba nangyari doon? Ano ba naging itsura niya nung in-interview siya ni... Ano pangalan nito? Ano ba pangalan nun? Ganito ang itsura ni BBM. Ganito ang sinapit niya nung nagkabulol-bulol siya.
No, well, we, where that,
Why that's funny.
and that none of the, not the
Animal. Tay inang yan. Hindi, ano to? Huwag ka mag-filter, Buster. Ngayon lang to, ngayon lang kasi mambibuisit ako. Oh, request ito ng mga viewer. Ikaw naman. Request to ng mga viewer. Pagbigyan mo na yung mga viewer kasi matatagal na, namimiss na nila to eh, animal oh. Bukas! Wala tayong filter bukas, wala. Ayun o. Hello, Sir Buster. God bless you. Yan ang gusto kong boses. Nakakagising ng dugo. Hindi nakakaantok. Alive na alive sa otoy. Kita mo yan? Gusto nila yan eh. Ganyan ang itsura ng mga vlogger nila. Nagkakanda utal-utal o sa hindi maipaliwanag na dahilan o siguro kasi sanay sa script. Ay, Ate Mocha! Thank you, Ate Mocha! Mwah-mwah, chup-chup! Ito parang gusto ko, lagi na lang ako tiyanak, marami kong pakulong. Okay, pisa na natin ito. Putain na para makarami tayo. Kasi meron pa tayong Tatay Digong. Meron pa tayong Tatay Digong interview.
Leader here over the course of the next 2 days. It's very historic.
Unusually strong language. Quoting your own pledge, you said, I will not allow any attempt by any foreign power to take even 1 inch of our sovereign territory. We will not yield. Are you talking about not giving up Philippines' territory in the South China Sea?
absolutely. It is my sworn duty, and the sworn duty of.
Absolutely. Palakpakan. Absolutely.
Giving up Philippines' territory in the South China Sea?
Absolutely. It is my.
It is. Masyado ka naman nininervyos eh. Masyado kang nervyoso. Ay, ano sabi? Andito si Nanay Mercy Kalunod. O, kita mo? O. Oh miss na miss ko na yung boses ng tiyanak mo, Nakmaster. Ay, pinagbigyan ko lang mga viewer na nay. Victor Calayo, nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, nag-uumpisa pa lang. Animal ka, animal. Hindi pa tayo nag-iinit. Umpisa pa lang ito. Alam nyo, yang Australia na yan, alam naman natin na dating ang koloni ng British. Kasi yung Australia, yan ang pinaka-kulungan nila, yung pinaka-muntinlupa sa atin, yung muntinlupa. Bilibid, pinaka-bilibid prison nila, yan. Tapos, mga nakalaya na yung mga ex-convict, mga kriminal, mga nakapag-asawa, yun, dyan na sila namuhay. Mga ugali niyan, ugaling Briton. Baka nakakalimutan nyo, ang tawag ng mga Briton sa atin pag nakakita ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino, unggoy. Oo, pagka maglalaban tayo sa boxing, lalong-lalo na sa sport, sa basketball, di ba nagpagbugan nga yung Australia at saka Pilipinas? Dyan sa MOA Arena? Dahil tinawag tayo mga unggoy. Ganyan sila makapanglait ng tao. Oo. Ay, alam nyo naman yan. Tawag sa atin monkey, diba? Binibigyan tayo ng saging bilang pang-asar. Ganyang kaliit ang tingin sa atin, mas lalo pang lumiit nung na-interview nila itong budol na ito. Sabi po na may unggoy na presidente. Utal pa, utal. Animal.
Sworn duty. And the sworn duty of the entire government of the Republic of the Philippines to defend the Constitution of the Philippines. And the first article of the Constitution is the definition of our territorial waters.
You didn't name China either in your answer or indeed in the speech that you gave to Australia, but it appears to be present in every security move that you make, and indeed behind every speech that we've seen you make recently. How urgent a priority is it to counter the fast-growing military power of China?
Well, we don't see it in those terms. We don't see it as countering the military power of any country whatsoever. It's merely the defense of our territory. We have territorial conflicts with other countries, Malaysia, for example, and Vietnam. But we have come to an arrangement with them, and that to resolve any sort.
Isakayalin! Maraming salamat Isakayalin. Nako, isa kang mamahalin. Isakayalin, isa kang mamahalin agoy. Okay, tuloy.
But we have come to an arrangement with them, and that to resolve any such conflicts peacefully.
So, I mean, I'm right in saying that you don't have that capacity to resolve conflict with China in the same way. Do you actually have direct contact with the Chinese?
We have at several levels. At several levels. In fact, in January of last year, when I went to Beijing and I visited with President Xi Jinping, that is what I proposed. a kind of hotline between us, so that if there is a message that needed to be sent from one president to another, we can be assured that that message will reach them. And we have sort of established there are several points of contact at the ministerial level, certainly, and the sub-ministerial level as well.
But do you have a personal line to President Xi?
Not yet, I'm afraid.
Let me just ask you this question.
Not yet. I am afraid. Eh, laking tao ni Xi Jinping, dapat ka matakot dun.
I want to come to the what it is that you want from Australia, because that's obviously one of the reasons for your visit and your speech, as well as ASEAN. But the former president of the Philippines, Duterte, was making overtures to China, very strong ones. Have you decisively moved away from Chinese influence and back into America's orbit?
Well, I think it's important to make it very, very clear. Whatever the Philippines does because it is in our interest, not because it has been dictated upon us by anyone.
You don't think that your language that you used when you took office, and the same language that you used in the Australian Parliament during your visit, is a message to China about where you believe your interests lie?
Well, as I explained it to President Xi again, I said it's my duty. I took an oath to defend the Philippines. And
Maganda naman pala yung mga sinasabi nito eh. Maganda naman pala eh. Bulol lang. Kayo, masyado yung binabasi Bongbong Marcos. Nanay Morning Dew, magandang gabi sa'yo, Nanay Morning Dew.
And anyone who will help me in that regard, I must engage with them.
Was your predecessor getting too close to China?
Well, I think the situation between now and then is quite different. And I'm sure he did what was in his judgment was the best he did.
Hindi ako. Eto Kasi bawat leader kasi may kanya-kanya silang discretion eh. Kung kanino sila lalapit, kasi bago pa may istorya kasi ang pinanggagalingan kasi ng hugot ni PRRD sa galit niya sa Amerika, yung history. Paliwanag na ni PRRD, bakit ba tayo nilusob ng mga Hapon noong World War II? Bakit? Kasi nga, kaya tayo nilusob ng Hapon noong World War II dahil nandito ang mga Amerikano. Ang katwiran ni PRRD, kung babalakan ang history, kung wala ang Amerikano dito sa Pilipinas, hindi tayo lulusubin ng mga Hapon. Yun. Mamaya, papakinggan natin mamaya.
A little closer to China rather than the United States. And maybe because things have heated up a little bit, but we have a together with Australia, we have a visiting forces agreement with the United States and Australia. These are the only two countries that we have them with. And we have a mutual defense treaty with the United States, which has been there for decades.
How important is it, from your point of view, that Australia has chosen to acquire and build a fleet of nuclear-powered submarines?
Well, that decision is an Australian one.
Do you support it?
I support AUKUS. I support the Quad, and I think that this just represents a stronger front in terms of maintaining the peace, maintaining the peace in the South China Sea. It is a response, really, to a differing situation.
Alam mo, parang ginagawa nilang dahilan yung South China Sea and West Philippine Sea. Sa totoo lang, ginagawa nilang dahilan yan para magkaroon ng ng girian Para alam nyo na. Hindi, sa totoo lang, ito meron ba tayong kakayahan na i-develop yung sinasabi na niya na pinag-aagawan na isla na itinuturing natin na atin? Meron ba? Kasi, ay nako, alam nyo, yung mga sobrang patriotic na mga congressman, mga senador, di ba? Sabi nga ng mga congressman gusto nila magpatayo ng ilipat ang Congress sa Taguig. Tangina, dadami ang buhaya rito sa amin. Pagkatapos, kasi daw, para daw mas malapit sila sa Senado. Di ba? Ganito na lang gawin mo, Mr. President. Total, marami naman kayong unprogrammed fund at saka 500 billion na ayuda fund. Magpatayo na lang kayo doon. Saan? Sa Spratly? Sa Scarborough Show? O saan man yung gusto ninyo dyan? Sa West Philippine Sea? Dalihin mo na doon yung Congress. At saka mga matatapang na mga congressman. Mag-isang compound na kayo doon, mga punyeta kayo. Tapos, gawin nyo yung Congress at saka Senate ang itawag ninyo doon sa compound ninyo. Gawin ninyong farm. Crocodile farm, mga animal. Wala naman tayong kakayahan i-develop yung mga lintik na. Wala nga makain ang mga Pilipino, piste. Subukan mo, President, mag-disgrace ka. Maglakad-lakad ka dyan. Sirain mo muna yung protocol, security protocol. Hindi ka nang mamamatay, wala. Makihalubilo ka sa mga adik, hindi ka na halata Mag-disguise ka lang, tapos pumunta ka sa squatter, makihalubilo ka sa mga adik. Para malaman mo kung bakit sila nagdodroga, bakit sila walang makain, mapakinggan mo sila. Subukan mo, try mo lang, makihalubilo, hindi naman halata kung makikihalubilo ka sa mga adik.
A more dangerous, more risky situation than we had before.
Why is it more dangerous? Just explain.
Because the potential for outright conflict is much higher now than it was before, and we worry in the Philippines because it could come from not a strategic decision by anyone saying, okay, we're going to war, but just by making some serviceman making a mistake or some action that's misunderstood. And that's why the ongoing attempt is always to try and lower the temperature, ease up on the rhetoric, and communicate, and just continue to communicate.
That's why you need the phone, the same phone that Khrushchev and Kennedy had, right?
That's right. Yes.
Well, let me try and understand what you might want from Australia. Would you expect?
Ano sabi? Ito gusto kong maintindihan kung ano ang gusto mo sa Australia. Ano ang iyong ini-expect? Sabi ng reporter, ano bang gusto mo rito sa Australia at ano ang iyong inaasahan? Sabing gano'n ng report nung nag-i-interview. Parang nararamdaman mong bubudulin kayo Parang nararamdaman mo na bubudulin ang mga Australiano Buti nga investment funds kami. Pag inalok na kayo ng Maharlika investment funds scam, ay putang ina talaga scam talaga yan.
The Australian Navy to come to the defence of Philippines forces in the event of conflict with China over disputed territory in the South China Sea?
Well, I suppose if we are in a we are in a joint exercise or in a joint operation, then perhaps that would involve Australia in that. But we do not have any formal agreement or treaty in that regard as we do with the United States.
How would you explain to Australians, to Australian servicemen or women, why they should potentially risk their lives in the aid of Philippines under pressure from China?
Ang ganda ng tanong, no? Paano mo sasabihin sa mga brothers and sisters ng mga Australia bakit kailangang ialay ang buhay ng mga ito para lamang sa pagdepensa mo sa China? Sabi kay BBE, butak na may hirap-hirap yun ah. Oo, may hirap-hirap yun oh. Ano masasabi mo sa mga Australiano na bakit kailangan ialay nila ang buhay nila para depensa ng Pilipinas laban sa China? Ay, maniwala eh.
How would you explain to Australians, to Australian servicemen or women, why they should potentially risk their lives in the aid of Philippines under pressure from China? Why do we belong there?
Well, let me take us back to the Second World War, where the defense of Corregidor and Bataan, which were the outposts that held out longest. But because of that, it delayed the invasion of Australia to the point that the Japanese never invaded Australia. And that, if we can...
Dahil kaya daw hindi na-invade ng mga Hapon ang Australia noong World War II kasi naharang ng mga sundalo natin doon sa Bataan. Talaga? Sige, pagbigyan. Baka yun nga.
If we can stop it at an early stage, nip it at the bud, as it were, then there's no need for it to grow into other areas, other regions, and hopefully, if we can, at best, as I said, keep the peace in the South China Sea, that will be of great advantage to Australia, because the peace is maintained.
In relation to the former president, it's clear from the outside that there's been some breakdown in the relationship. I mean, do you intend now to invite the ICC to the Philippines to conduct its investigation more fully into former President Duterte's murderous war on drugs?
No, that would be a political move. And what we are, we do not play politics with jurisdiction and sovereignty. And the...
Palakpakan nyo naman. Palakpakan nyo. Palakpak! Kaya tama sagot nyo dyan. Tama.
The position that we've taken is that we do not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC, and we view it as a threat to sovereignty, simply because the ICC was formed to conduct, to provide justice to areas where there is no judiciary, where there is no court system, where there is no police, where there is no peace and order. And that's not the Philippines. And therefore, I don't think that their investigations or their actions apply to the Philippines.
if it's not the ICC, then who provides justice for the many thousands? I think the number is something like 12 to 30,000 people who were killed in former President Duterte's war on drugs. How do they get justice?
I think we in the Philippines have, as I said, a functioning police force. We have a functioning judiciary, and that it is their responsibility to take care of that. We have made a great deal of progress in that regard, where many policemen have already been removed from service because they've been found to be liable. Their cases have been filed. Many are already in jail.
Do you think it adds up to justice for those people who lost their lives?
Well, what we try to do is to now go back to the families of those and see that perhaps
Forward na natin. Wala nang ano to. Ito.
Shoot them.
we don't. We said we are. I think we've learned to. We have a constitution that we have that we have gone by for the last 36 years now. We are hoping to make some
You obviously revere your father. I've seen you talk about.
or that we have that we have gone.
Puta, nag-forward lang ako. Nautal-utal ka na. Ay, nako. BBM, Mr. President Bongbong Marcos, hirap pag walang ano, no? Teleprompt, no? No, sir, mas maganda pa yung mag-speech ka na lang, no? Hindi harap-harapan ng ganyan. Mamaya, manood ka mamaya, Mr. President Bongbong Marcos, kung paano sumagot ang isang presidente, ha? Mamaya!
The impulse to authoritarianism.
I have no impulses to authoritarianism whatsoever. We have a good system going. We are. I think we've learned to. We have a constitution that we have that we have gone by for the last 36 years now. We are hoping to make some changes to it, but. No, I've not felt any tug or temptation to make it a more authoritarian system.
You've been a politician for a very long time. You have a very clear understanding of your country's history, and you obviously revere your father. I've seen you talk about him. Do you also understand the costs of his authoritarian rule to people in the Philippines?
Nagtataka ako rito kay BBM pagka ang pinag-uusapan, tatay niya na. Puta, nawawala siya sa wisyo, no? Siguro grabe to kulatahin dati ni Ferdinand E. Marcos. No? Tapos yung hataw niya puro sa panga.
Well, it was a very different sort of authoritarian rule. I think when people think of an authoritarian rule, it was non-participatory. Whereas I think the version that my father tried to promote and actually practiced was very much still with the participation of all stakeholders that were involved. It was just a peace and order situation that really dictated the necessity for the declaration of martial law.
Let me just understand make sure that we're talking about the same thing. I think Amnesty records that during that period, 70,000 people were imprisoned, 34,000 tortured, and 3,200 people killed are the numbers. And your father, in an interview, admitted that over 50,000 were detained. So I just want to ask you again, do you accept that there was a human cost
Oh yes,
to that rule?
there always is. It was war. And with war, the death and destruction is inevitable. But this is a war not declared by the government of the Philippines. This was declared a war. These wars were declared on the government of the Philippines, and both of them were. One was to divide the country, and the other one was to remove the present political system by armed struggle.
There is one series of questions that comes up in relation to your father's time, which is of course the question of corruption, which became wholly associated with the Philippines for a long period of time. I think contemporary.
Yung pagkabanggit ng korupsyon, gumagalong-galong na yung mata niya. Oh. Tangina, korupsyon na. Sabi niya ako, hindot, eto na, korupsyon na ito. Dito sa tanong na to, nagsisimula na siyang pagpawisan eh.
Court judgments acknowledge the atrocities that were committed, but also the plunder of the country's resources. Why wouldn't you want all of that money back in the hands of the Filipino people?
Well, we
Why wouldn't you want all of that money back in the hands of the Filipino people?
Well, we the narrative.
Why wouldn't you want all of that money back in the hands of the Filipino people?
Well, we the narrative.
May I?
Oh my gulay. Isa pa.
That money back in the hands of the Filipino people.
Well, we the narrative.
May I just ask you why that's funny?
Where that?
Why that's funny? I'm asking you a question about the plundering of large sums of money.
Bakit ka natatawa? Sinabi ko sa iyo eh. Sinabi ko sa inyo, panoorin niyo yung series na Lie to Me. Putang ina, dito pala nahawa si, natuto si Coach Jarrett. Yung pag hindi na alam yung isasagot, tatawa na lang. Oo, di ba? Di ba pagka si Coach Jarrett, pagka nagre-reaction video siya, tapos hindi niya alam yung sasabihin niya, ipopost niya. Tapos, pag-post niya, matutulala siya, hindi niya alam sasabihin niya, tatawa na lang. Tapos tatawa ulit. Tatawa ulit habang nag-iisip. Ganito! Si Coach Jarrett! Di ba? Coach Jarrett, aminin mo, anak ka sa labas ni BBM, lutang ka rin.
May I just ask you why that's funny?
Where that?
Why that's funny? I'm asking you a question about the plundering of...
Ay! Ikaw lang muna nag-i-interview. Presidente namin yan, huwag mong ganyanin. Oh! Bobo Marcos is president and you are only anchor or a media. Yung ahas sa Malacanang. That's our president, you know. Pambira ka naman na wala kang galang sa presidente namin, ah. Putang ina, no, sabihan ka ng gano'n, no. Why is that funny, ha? Why is that funny? Ha? Panginan yan. Ginanong-ganong ka lang sa Australia. Palibasa kasi, ang tingin sa'yo sa ng mga Australiano, unggoy ka. Unggoy kasi, kahit nasabihin mong presidente ka, unggoy pa rin ang pagtingin sa'yo. Kagaya ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino, ganun sila dyan. Tangina, ang galing. Pero pag nalakaw, ang gagaling ninyo. Pag mga ganyang tanong na, puta na. Kulang na lang, putang ina. Magtatakbo kayo, di ba ganun ang ginagawa mo? Pag ini-interview ka ng mga local media dito sa Pilipinas, yung ambush interview, sabay takbo. Ang problema dyan, hindi ka makatakbo. Lahat sit ka. Oh, nasanay kasi yan sa mga bayad na media eh, di ba? Eh, di ba nung panahon ng eleksyon, pag ini-interview ka, puta, ang galing mo mag-excuse.
Large sums of money.
Narrative.
May I just ask you why that's funny?
Where that?
Why that's funny? I'm asking you a question about the plundering of large sums of money from the Filipino people.
I'm thinking that maintains, that idea maintains, because I take exception to many of the assertions that have been made, and I think we have since the cases were filed, the government fell. Cases were filed against me, my family, the estate, etc. And up to now, we have found the assertions that were made, we have shown to be untrue.
Quite a lot of money. I think 5 billion was already recovered. I guess the question is just this: do you not want to see all the money?
Assertions that were made, we have shown to be untrue.
Quite a lot of money. I think 5 billion was already recovered. I guess the question is just this: do you not want to see all the money that was taken returned to the people?
We have signed. This family has signed a quitclaim. Signed many quitclaims. Any money that you find is yours. And finish. And we.
Lahat daw nang makita natin pera, akin na lang. Paano namin makukuha? Putang na, tinago nyo.
Everything was taken from us. We were taken to Hawaii. Everything was taken from us. We had nothing left.
Not the view of the Presidential Commission.
I'm sorry?
Not the view of the Presidential Commission. This is my final question on this topic.
Which presidential commission?
In the Philippines. Their view is there's a large amount of money outstanding.
I think that having seen the facts, as they have been slowly reviewed.
Their view is there's a large amount of money outstanding.
I think that having seen the facts, as they have.
Ako nahihirapan sa'yo, naawa ko. Hirap na ako magpaliwanag. Boss Jared! Dito ka pa nagmana? Putang ina. Kawawa naman itong presidente natin. Naku, Diyos makaluluoy.
I think as they have been slowly reviewed. Have been further true investigation, not propaganda, but actual true investigation, like court cases and investigations by all kinds of NGOs, different agencies.
Iiyak ka na! Mukha mo paiyak na! Napakasakit, Kuya Eddie, ang sinabi ko sa Australia.
Since that has changed, and people can see that it was propaganda.
I suppose the question is, other countries in the region, including Australia, want to know that the Philippines, and you in particular, as a Marcos, have come to terms with your family's history.
There was a time where the issue was Marcos. That's not the case anymore, and that's why I think the best proof of that is my election.
President Marcos, thank you very much indeed for speaking to 7:30.
Alam mo, ako re-reaction ako pa sana yung after interview nito. May sinabi to si di ba? May sinabi siya na talagang pa-walk out na, tumitingin na siya sa mga producer, tumitingin na sa mga staff, parang kulang na lang sumigaw lang help. Wawa naman. Naawa ko kay BBM, naawa ko. Tangina ka kasi layas ka ng layas eh. Layas ka kasi ng layas eh. Buti nga sa'yo.
Okay. O, tapos ng tiyanak. Dito naman tayo kay PRRD. Seryoso to, seryoso. Tingnan natin ang comparison na kukumpara natin. Pag si PRRD naman, hinatsit. Paano kung si PRRD naman ang hinatsit nila? Nasaan na yun? PRRD, hinatsit yan eh. Nasaan na yun? Nasaan na yung video ko, animal? Okay, ito. Tatay Diggs naman, si Tatay Diggs. Sino yung pagkakaiba? Okay. Shoutout sa mga bagong dating at sa mga bago nating subscriber. Maraming salamat sa pagbisita. Pre-Tinker, thank you. Okay. Eto, yung kay Tatay Digong.
Over 100 days into the presidency of Rodrigo Duterte. In an exclusive first interview since he was sworn in, we talked to him in relations with the United States and potentially warming relations with China.
The President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, talks to Al Jazeera. Mr. President, thank you for talking to Al Jazeera. It's been a tumultuous start of the presidency for you, full of controversy, particularly about the war on drugs. But first,
Tingnan niyo si PRRD, oh. Nakaboots lang, tapos nakabarong na nakatupi, nakabukas yung butones sa dibdib. Simple, probinsyano, no, putang ina. Tapos si BBM, kung todo forma, kung todo barong, kung todo Amerikana, putang ina, pag tinanong mo, utal. Diba?
let's start with your background. You were raised in a politically inclined family. Your father was a governor.
Forward na natin.
Let's talk about the war on drugs now. 3,500 people have been killed so far. It seems like the whole world is talking about it at the moment. The Philippines seems to have so many problems. So why launch what is a brutal war on drugs?
Because the sheer number of people contaminated will pull my country down. It will destroy the next generation of Filipinos. You know, these lives lost. Some of them were lost during legitimate encounters with the police.
But the fact is, at the moment, we have 3,500 people killed. And you yourself alluded to just then that perhaps some of them weren't legitimate targets.
You know, there is no crime at all when you threaten criminals with death. In my country, at least, there is no law which says I cannot threaten criminals.
Sa ibang bansa pa ganon, may batas ba sa ibang bansa na bawal takutin ang mga kriminal? Sa ibang bansa ba merong ganon? Sa US ba, pakiano nyo nga sa US kung sino mga nandyan sa US, na bawal takutin ng isang presidente ang mga kriminal? Sige nga, paki-comment nyo nga dyan. Kasi kini-question itong dalawang reporter na magagaling, na bakit daw ganon? Wala din naman, di ba? Wala din, di ba? Sa'yo, Nanay Morning Dew, diyan sa'yo sa Mexico. Si Nanay Morning Dew, taga Mexico ito eh. Bawal ba?
And that was the favorite, well, of course, the cliche that they used. It became a cliche over time. And when I was president, I said, we have 3 million, according to PDEA, 3 million drug addicts. Not counting mine, because it's still
3 million drug addicts. Kasama ba dyan yung presidente natin ngayon? Sa 3 million? Tay Diggs! Kasama ba si BBM dyan sa 3 million na addict? Then, nagtatanong lang naman ako eh. Oo, nagtatanong lang. Oo. Masama ba magtanong? May pinagbabawal ba sa batas ang magtanong? Tangina, baka makontempt din ako, nagtanong lang ako. Baka maka-Eric ako, tsaka Loren Badoy.
still going on. So I said, if we do not interdict this problem, the next generation will be having a serious problem. And I announced that, again, same. You destroy my country, I'll kill you. And it's a legitimate thing. If you destroy our young children, I will kill you. That is a very correct statement.
Tangina talaga, buhay pa, no? Di ba? Ito, hinahatsit talaga siya rito eh. Pati nga yung pagsasakay niya ng jet ski. Okay, tuloy. Tangina. Ganito sumagot, Mr. President Bongbong Marcos, ha? Puta, ikaw, Bongbong Marcos, puro BBM, puro ka lang pa-cute eh. Kala mo naman, cute ka, lintiang ka. Ganito magsalita, walang adududu, adadada. Walang ganon, dat, dit, walang ganon. Ganito.
There is nothing wrong in trying to preserve the interest of the next generation. That 3 million addicts, it's not, they are not a residence of one compact area or contiguous place. They're spread all over the country. And by the sheer number, because if you are a user, you must push. Unless you are the son of a billionaire, or because you have to sustain your addiction by getting another financer for you.
Parang wala, sandali parang walang troll. Nasaan na yung mga troll? Tanginan tong mga troll na to, kung kailan ko kayo hinihintay, tsaka kayo wala mga hinayupa kayo, mga putang inan tong mga to eh. Nag-invite pa ako sa ibang live na mga troll na pumasok dito. Walang pumasok, animal. Kuya Alpi, Colonel, magandang umaga sa iyo dyan sa kung saan ka man naroroon.
And then the next financer will have to get a new victim to finance. That's how it became. That is how drugs is spread. But it was not until I became president that the widespread and the magnitude of the problem became really a serious issue.
So what about the children and the innocent people who have been
Well,
killed?
that is bad.
So will those cases be investigated?
Yes,
Do
of
you promise
of
that?
course, of course. But let me tell you, this is the law of my land. Here is a police. Here is a gangster. He's armed with an M16. The gangster only a pistol. But when they meet, they exchange fire. With the police with an M16, it's one burst, and hits 1,000 people there, and they die. There's no criminal liability. It could not be negligence because you have to save your life.
Oh, yan ang batas sa Pilipinas. Negligence, pero hindi walang criminal liability. Correct yan, correct. Oo. Pero nung si PRRD ang presidente, pero ngayon putang ina, patay ka talaga. Kahit na tama ka, basta nakadisgrasya ka, kulong ka rito kay BBM.
It could not be recklessness because you have to defend yourself. Just like when the United States and the rest of the country, when you bomb a village, you intend to kill the militants, but you kill in the process the children there.
Tama.
It's only how it is explained. And we are, people judge best when they condemn. So they would always place you in a bad light. But the situation does not call for that. And that explains the reason why, until now, I have yet to hear an apology for those who have in Vietnam, in Afghanistan. Never mind about the militants. Kill them. But then, in the process, 2 families, hospital, or at least collateral damage. Then why is it is a collateral damage to the West, and to us, it is murder?
Correct. Biruin mo halimbawa, binobomba nila yung mga terorista doon. Sa Afghanistan, sa Iraq, kung saan-saan, binobomba nila. May mga civilian doon namamatay. Wala silang pakialam kasi ang tawag nila doon, collateral damage. Pag dito sa Pilipinas, ayun ang tawag ng Amerika, pero pag dito sa Pilipinas, natamaan ng barel ng balang ligaw, doon sa enkwentro, ang tawag nila murderer. Ganon kayo, putang inang itong mga puti na ito. Parehas lang kayo ng Australia eh.
You went to law school.
Yes.
You worked hard to be part of the legal system. You are a lawyer by profession.
Correct.
And you were a prosecutor for many years.
Yes.
Do you still believe in the country's judicial system?
Like now, I should believe in the system because I will guarantee this time that the law is break. There are judges here in Manila, more than 1,000 cases, no conviction at all of a drug case. That is where money flows, maybe savagery, threatening people on both sides. That is how it is played here. That's why we have this miserable thing about the drug problem now.
But do you acknowledge that you have encouraged vigilante killings?
No, I said I will kill you. If I encourage, fine.
Yes, but the point is that people can get away with murder right now. And you know that some of the killings are not legitimate.
Well,
So do you think that there might be cases of people settling old scores out there and disguising them as the war on drugs?
I do not play with conjectures. I do not make assumptions. I just say what I should be saying as a president and as a mayor. Now, if the criminals there are killed by the thousands, that's not my problem. My problem is how to take care of the law-abiding, God-fearing young persons of this republic because they have our resources. It's
Yan, nangyari naman talaga yan eh. Di ba yung mga pusher, pinapapatay ng mga drug lord, pinapapatay ng mga protector. O, di ba? Sila nagpapatayan yung mga drug, yung mga sirkulasyon ng droga. Sila nagpapatayan kasi pagka nahuli yung isang pusher, ituturo niya kung sino yung pinagkukuhaan niya, tapos paakyat ng paakyat hanggang sa marating yung puno. Kaya pinapapatay sila, kaya pinabayaan niyo ni PRRD. Sige putang ina niyo, magpatayang kayo dyan. Basta etong komunidad na tahimik, wag niyong pakikialaman. Ganun si PRRD, di ba? Ngayon putang na, damay-damay na lahat.
how to take care of the law-abiding, God-fearing young persons of this republic because they have our resources. Strictly speaking, you cannot find any redeeming factor in being, the criminals there. They are there for what? They are there for just like the cartel in Mexico. If you have read Ian Grillo, this is how the cookie crumbles. Exactly. So when I will kill you because I'm the mayor, I'm the president. Now, if vigilante would take over, but, I cannot control it. I cannot be God and control everything. Okay.
Tama. Kung may halimbawa si JC De La Cruz, nung panahon ni Tatay Digon, si JC De La Cruz at saka si Papa Alpi Cornel galit sa mga adik. Nag-usap yung dalawa. Papa Cornel, sabi ni JC, trabaho tayo, pagpapatayin natin yung mga adik at saka mga drug pusher. Samahan mo ko. Hindi makokontrol ng presidente yun. Namatay naman adik. Namatay naman pusher. Anong problema? Hindi naman tinotolerate, pero sabi ni PRRD, as long as na protektado yung mga ordinaryo na sibilyan, mga bata, yung komunidad, bahala kayo magpatayan, mga animal kayo. Makakatulong pa nga sa gobyerno yon, di ba? Bahala kayo dyan, magpatayan kayo dyan. Sagot.
You just kill these guys or you wait for the courts to do that.
Well, you can encourage good policing and you can encourage justice and trust in the judicial system.
Correct. But when I was campaigning as a president, the drug problem was already reaching by the millions. Well, 3 million is 3 million. Now, during my time, we have started to count. We are nearing now the 800 mark, 800,000. By the year ends, I would have about also 1 million. So I have 4 million drug addicts. Do you think that's an easy number?
No. So why not put all the energy into rehabilitation?
Where do you find it?
Reforming
Energy?
healthcare.
Okay.
Gago rin to no? Putang ina, ipaparehab mo lahat yon, yung 3 milyon na yon. Tapos kauupo lang ni PRRD. Bakit? May pinagawa ba si Noynoy Aquino na pinilitan niya bilang presidente ng mga rehabilitation center? Uhulihin mo lahat yan, putang ina, hindi nga nagpapahuli ng buhay. Ano yan, uhulihin mo para i-rehab, gagastusan pa ng gobyerno yan, patayin mo na lang yan. Bakit pagka nilagay mo sa rehabilitation yan, nakasisiguro ka ba na paglabas niyan, hindi ulit magtutulak yan, hindi ulit titira? Sira ulo. Paliwala mo nga, Tatay Digong.
Can we cut this for a while? I just have to. pakihanap yung newspaper kahapon.
He wants
Sabi ni Tatay Digo, makinig kayo ah.
Where do you find it?
Reforming
Energy?
healthcare.
Okay. Can we cut this for a while? I just have to pakikita.
Nag-Tagalog si Tatay Digong. Tapos sumenyas ng ganon. Tingnan mo ang itsura nung yung reporter na lalaki, yung nag-i-interview. Tingnan mo ang itsura. Tingnan niyo yung itsura. Dali, lakihan natin. Lakihan natin para makita ninyo. Yan.
Yung newspaper kahapon.
Alak na putay ina. Isa pa. Mas mabagal.
Kahapon.
He wants to show you the news.
Oh, sure enough.
Kaya sabi natin, Tatay Digo, sandali, ikat lang natin ha. For a while ha, sabi niyang gano'n. Utang ina talaga. Nervyoso ka palang hayop kang galing mo magtanong. Akala, pinapakuha na yung samurai pupugutan na siya ng ulo eh. Nervous eh. Buti pa niya sinabihan ng kasama niyang babae. Hindi, pinapakuha lang yung dyaryo, yung newspaper. Sabi ng lalaki, ay. Nakahinga ng maluwag eh. Sabi niya, akala niya puta, sasakalin na siya, bibigtiin na ang animal eh.
Well, I just have to pakihanap yung newspaper kahapon.
He wants to show you the newspaper.
Oh, sure, no problem.
So you were saying about this facility, sir. What is this about?
This is a rehab facility built by somebody. This is what they cried at. You know, Duterte, he should have built rehab houses.
Maganda ate,
Instead
good
of killing
evening.
the criminals, the drug lords. You know, this would cost millions. I entered the presidency of the Republic of the Philippines midterm. There is nothing at all left in that budget for this year, which was prepared by my predecessor, which was also prepared the other year to be implemented this year. The implementation does not contain any money.
Oh, yan, oo. Sinasabi, bakit daw hindi idalin sa rehabilitation? Etong reporter na to, kulang sa research na ang Pilipinas walang drug rehabilitation nung panahon kung meron man konti o iilan lang. Kaya ito, pinakita ni PRRD rito na merong drug rehabilitation center na ginagawa. At ito ay donasyon. Donasyon ito ng Chinese government para sa Pilipinas. Tapos sinabi niya, kaupo ko lang. At ang pera na iniwan sa akin ay maglalas lamang ng hanggang December. Yun ang iniwan sa akin ng dating presidente o ng pinalitan ko. Ayun sinabi ni PRRD, walang pondo. May pera kami rito para lamang sa MOOE. Pero pondo wala na. Biruin mo, di ba? Pinakuha lang yung dyaryo, yung reporter ni nervyos. Samantalang si BBM, tinatanong, bakit ka natatawa? Tingnan niyo pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Di ba? Tuloy.
Because nobody, until I became president of this country, nobody realized how widespread, how dimensional it was for us.
Sir, in the past, during the campaign and weeks into your presidency, you have repeatedly said that you have no regard for human rights. But human rights is actually part of the Constitution. And as head of state, it is also your duty to uphold the Constitution. How does that connect?
I would rather intimidate and strike fear in the hearts of the criminals, just like what happened in Davao. When finally you can walk about in the streets at night, and you can eat anywhere at any time, and nobody would bother you. It's happening in Davao. Davao City is in the midst of Mindanao, it's troubled land. But I can assure you, as plenty of people have been there, it's a destination for conventions and conferences international. It's always selected. So it's booming. It is a little bit rich than the others. Why? Because we can live our lives normally. And of course, business can thrive. So that when I said, I do not care about what the human rights guys say. I have a duty to preserve the generation. If it involves human rights, I don't give a shit. I have to strike fear because I said, the enemies of the states are out there to destroy the children.
Are you not worried about possible ramifications in the future for you, a possible impeachment or being tried in the international court?
Good question. Before you can begin, you must determine that I have committed a crime in my country.
Totoo naman yon. Bago kayo nagsimula, kaya kayo nag-interview dyan dahil sinasabi na ninyo na nag-commit ng ng krimen itong si PRRD sa bansang Pilipinas. Kaya nga kayo nandiyan, kaya nga kayo nag-i-interview. Di ba? Dahil dyan sa lintik na human rights na yan. Eto, sagot. Pakinggan niyo yung sagot.
That I have committed mass murders in my country and then charged with that. There can be no ramifications when I say that I will kill you if you destroy my land. It's a legitimate statement of any general, of any wartime president, of any tribal leader to say those things. Of course, you said there can be consequences. But I am not worried about this thing. I do not make any projections. How many vigilante killings? Well, if you compare the 4 million to the 3,000 minus legitimate encounters between the law enforcers and the criminals, give or take even a half of it. So what is it to the lives already lost? I have 4 million addicts to take care of. And I have been criticized and would say, well, why don't just,
Konti pa nga Biro mo 4 million yung addict, tapos 3,000 lang yung napatay. Dapat 4 million din. Di ba? Putang na, maraming nga ngayon supporter si BBM ngayon na mga addict na namamayagpag ngayon. Tangina, hindi pa namatay mga animal na yan. Hindi nga, sa totoo lang, hindi pa sumama Hindi pa nasama dun sa 3,000 eh. Biro mo 4 million, putang na wala. Tapos 3,000 yung namatay. Puta, kulang pa nga yun, wala pang 1%. Wala pang 0.1% animal.
Duterte build rehab centers and just place them there. Why not? Why do you have to kill them? Look, I am a midterm president in the sense that I entered this year the presidency, only this year. The budget for this year was prepared by my predecessor, So Aquino. And it binds me because it would last until December. Nowhere in this budget provides enough money to build even 2 buildings of rehab structures. It's all what is left of my government now after the election is just enough for the MOE, maintenance and all.
So you're saying, sir,
No capital outlays.
the budget of President Aquino for this year, the last 6 months, does not include any rehabilitation?
Because the problem was there, but there was nobody minding the store. I was the only mayor brave enough to say those things.
Sandali May babasagin lang ako. May nakuha nga sa panahon ni BBM na isang building ng Shabu. Bakit inabutan pa yan ni BBM kung di sila protektado ng nakaraang admin? Okay. Dati wala, di ba? Naubos na. Bakit nung naging presidente si BBM nagkaroon? Ibalik ko sa iyo yung tanong. Total sa iyo galing ang tanong mo. Isang building ng Shabu. Kaninong panahon? Kay BBM, inabutan? Sigurado ka? Sigurado ka ba na inabutan ni BBM? O nung pag-upo ng BBM, namayagpag sila? Sige nga. O nung pag-upo ni BBM, namayagpag sila. O puta, mahina yung presidente natin. O, balik tayo sa negosyo. Nagkataon lang, nahuli ulit. Nahuli ng panahon ni BBM. Pero hindi ka sigurado kung yan ay inabutan ni BBM o dumating yan nung si BBM na ang presidente. Bakit hanggang ngayon maraming adik? Ha? Ilang taon na bang presidente si BBM? Ibig sabihin yung mga adik ngayon, puta, binibintan nyo pa kay PRRD, si BBM ng presidente? Matagal lang maraming adik nung panahon ni PRRD. Natigil. Natigil. Nung umupo si BBM, nagbalikan. Diba? Sus Mariosep.
So my city, got the benefits of a peaceful place where you can live, where you can eat, work safely. But the others, we did not know. But they allowed so many administrations.
Sigurado ka natigil? Ako, sigurado ako na merong natigil. Oo, may mga ngilan na tuloy-tuloy. Isa ka ba dun sa tuloy-tuloy? Kaya sigurado ka na hindi natigil kasi ikaw tumitira ka pa rin ng mga panahon na yon. Ako, sigurado ako na natigil. O may siguro, sinasabi mo may mangilan-ngilan na tuloy-tuloy ang paggamit, pagiging adik. Isa ka ba doon kaya alam mo? Hindi ka ba natigil no? Kaya alam mo na hindi natigil ang droga? Kasi ikaw nandyan. Poon, kabanidigong 6 month nangako siya asa na. At least, nagsorry si PRRD. Nagsorry siya na sinabi niya na hindi niya kakayanin, kulang ang 6 na taon. Pero kahit na kulang ang 6 na taon, hindi siya nangarap na mag-extend ng kanyang termino. Di ba? Eh yung 20 pesos kilo ng bigas, nagsorry ba siya sa mga tao na hindi pala kaya yung 20 pesos? Yung 1 million na pabahay, taon-taon, nagsorry ba siya sa mga tao na hindi matutupad? Tapos ngayon may plano pa silang mag-extend ng kanilang termino? Diba? Just me, mari-mari yung logic nyo, yung logic pambobo.
To flourish. And it was not until I became president that we realized that there were already, according to at the time to General Santiago of the PDEA, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, that there are already 3 million addicts. So never mind my counting, because I'm still counting up to the end of the year.
Are you in favor of medicinal marijuana?
Yes, but that is a very wrong process. It has to be something like being officially certified.
Oh, tama to sinasabi ni nasa na yon? May nabasa akong comment eh. Nasa na yon? Nasa na yung comment? Nawala. Nawala yung comment ah. May nabasa akong comment eh. Nawala ah. Nasa na yung comment? Naku, nawala yung comment. Nasa na yon? Hayaan mo na. Nawala eh. Okay, tuloy. Ay, Tonton. Maraming salamat ha, Tonton. Ano sabi? Scripted speech without sympathy for ordinary Filipino. Feeling alta. Eh, alta naman daw talaga siya. Versus who had iron hand, brilliant in words and action. Kita mo na lang sa pananalita eh, anak ng puta. Kailangan pa ba nating i-compare yan? Pero kinakailangan eh. Kinakailangan natin ikumpara eh. Maraming salamat, Tonton ha.
By the Food and Drugs of the Philippines, and it must have this qualifying, activity where it's being used to find out if it's really medicinal or if it can do something good for the body.
But you'd consider it. You'd consider it, the legalization of it, for example.
I'm not the authority for that. It's the Food and Drug Administration which says that it's good.
Okay.
If it is certified by the government that it's good, fine, no problem.
I don't think anyone could deny, doesn't matter how controversial it is, that you've delivered on your election campaign promise to crack down on drugs. One thing you haven't delivered on yet is your promise to ride a jet ski out to the disputed territory in the South China Sea.
Ayan o, pati pagsakay ng jet ski o. O, diba? O, ay bakit hindi ka sumasakay ng jet ski para pumunta doon sa South China Sea? Biruin mo pati foreign media, putang nasira ulo sa mga sinasabi ni PRRD, di ba? Eh tingin nila sa sarili nila, matatalino yung mga yan. Eh lalo na yung mga tanso. Yung mga tanso, di ba? Mga dilawan. Oh, hindi rin nila mabasa. Hindi nga mabasa ng mga foreigner eh. Ito pa kayong mga tanso na ito. Diyos mio.
And plant the Philippine flag on there. Now, many people, many voters, I assume, took that as a sign that you were going to be tough on China in that disputed territory in the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, but you haven't been. Why?
Do you really think that I would go there riding? I don't even own a jet.
No, I
That
don't.
was a-
But people perceived that as a sign that you were
No,
going to get tough with
It
China.
was a hyperbole. Literally, it's you cannot expect to ride. I don't even know how to swim. And if it overturns, then you lose a president along the way.
So why did you say that then? What were you referring to?
A hyperbole. To stress a point.
Putangin ng tong reporter na to, hindi niya alam yung word na hyperbolic.
That we will not give up anything there.
But your statements recently tend to indicate that you are willing to give up some territory there.
No, it does not. Nobody's going to give up the judgment that it's in our favor. I cannot give it up. Nobody can give it up. Nobody in the Constitution allows anybody to give it up. Even the president cannot give it up. Those are our entitlements. This is an island. Everybody, every country in this world is given its own fish pond. That's your fish pond where you get the fish, the shells, and everything. You cannot give it up. You can only negotiate to prevent war. Remember that okay, I'll push your logic to this logical conclusion.
O yan na. O sige, putangin mo, mapilit ka eh. O sige, eto na. O sige, pagbigyan na kita. O, eto na. O.
We have this judgment, right? Two things. I can go into a rage because it's being occupied. But remember, it is not a sovereignty reserve. It's the entitlement attached to it is the sovereignty. Okay? The other is to go into a rage and fight, and the other is to talk. What do you think will happen to my country if I choose to go to war? I fight alone? Or I would call upon the other countries to help me? Who? Who would die for my country except us?
USA! Australia! Kaya nga kumampi si BBM sa Amerika dahil ang mga Amerikano handang mamatay para sa Pilipinas, animal. Di ba? Who will die for my country? Ay putang na si PRRD. Eh kung pwede niya lang hulihin yung 4 million na mga adik at ipanggera niya doon sa China, wala sanang problema. Wala pa siyang kaso. Di ba? Ikaw ba kayong dalawang reporter, handa ba kayong mamatay para sa Pilipinas? Animal kayong dalawa? Braveheart, magandang gabi. Joy Palma, Abigail, yan. Just Friendly. O, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat dyan ha. Sa mga bagong subscriber natin, mga nandito, huwag niyo kalimutan mag-like at mag-subscribe. Makikisuyo na lang po si Buster TV. Thank you po. Okay. Eh baka si kanina, si Judah gustong mamatay.
I would call upon the other countries to help me. Who? Who would die for my country except us? So we can only talk. And that's why they invited me for talks. I will go. But I will go with this paper.
A blank sheet
Mr.
of paper.
President, yeah, I said, this is the award. I cannot go out beyond the boundaries of this paper. Talk. Oh, let's talk. Let's begin here.
The Philippines won a landmark case against China, unprecedented in recent history, a smaller country standing up to a superpower. It declared the 9-dash claim of China invalid. Now, you're going to China, and you've mentioned previously, you said that you will not insist on the position of the Philippines on the Scarborough Shoal. Now, your critics are questioning why it seems you're going to China and negotiating from a position of weakness rather than of strength.
It would be arrogant to go there and say, I'm going there to fight for this and that. You know, there's much to be learned.
Ay hindi, si BBM, ano yan? Ulitin natin ha! Ulitin natin.
Rather than of strength.
It would be arrogant to go there and say, I'm going there to fight for this and that. You know.
Hindi si BBM, hindi pa pwede. Gera tayo, putang ina, nasa likod ko ang Amerikano. Hindi pa pwede yan, baka pa ko ng Amerikano.
There's much to be learned in history. And even in the books. And the Orientals.
O yan, putang ina nyo, kailangan nyo raw matuto ng history ha. O sabi ni BBM, ay ni BBM tuloy, putang inang bangag ito.
To be learned in history. And even in the books. And the Orientals places the words in his mouth. Especially the Chinese. You have to go there with a little bit of courtesy. But when you are already in front of each other, then I said, this is it. We do not go. What would be the purpose in going there without this? For what?
But you can guarantee to the Philippine people that you are not going to sign away or give up hope or give up fighting for the Spratlys Scarborough Shoal.
Yes, in the first
they are
place, they
Philippine
said,
territory.
Nobody, not even the president of this country, can give up the claim. You are not allowed to do that. That is one sure way of going to impeachment.
But can you guarantee that you will fight to maintain
of course.
those?
Nobody's going to give up anything there. I said, if the Constitution does not allow you, then who can? Then not even your mouth. That's how it is.
What deals are you hoping to do when you go to China?
Well, maybe we talk about, I would know, or I would not know the wherewithal, so we would start. Then the judgmental thing would come into fore. Then some other matters about trade and commerce. And if there's any arrangement, if we want to come to a happy compromise, then we can talk about entitlements of the China Sea. But really, I cannot predict on any solid thing to talk about until I'm there. So I am not there until I am there.
Will you discuss the war on drugs? Because records show that a
Of
lot
course.
of the drugs coming into the Philippines are coming from
They
China.
understand it. That's why they'd like to help. But you know, China now is a democracy. I mean, the communist is just something which is just a thing to go by, to keep control. But everything there is free enterprise.
Having said that, Mr. President, you have clearly moved away from the United States. Why do you think it is necessary for the country to distance itself from its long-standing ally in Asia?
Our exclusive interview with the Filipino
Ayan o. O, di ba? Bakit daw pa dumidistansya? Itong si PRRD. Naku, tapos na. Gusto nyo pa yung part 2 o bukas naman? Grabe na kabangag mo, nautal ka na, pinapaya mo Pinas. Naku. Magpa-part 2 pa ba tayo? Bukas na. Bukas na? Gusto nyo ng part 2? Part 2? Part 2? Part 2? O sige, i-play natin yung part 2 nito. Animal talaga kayo. Nasa na yon? Sige, pagbigyan ko kayo. Pero kung hanggang kailan lang abutin ng oras, nasa na yon? Yan. Okay. Saan na yun? Ito. Okay, okay. O, part 2, dami yung request. Andali lang. Nakakita ko ng ano. Aaru, magandang ano. Ikaw ba talaga yan? Para namang hindi ikaw yan, Aaru. Ay, ano, BBM, ganito na lang tirahin mo, fentanyl. Para tumalino ka, animal ka. Nabobobo ka sa ano sa pulburon eh. Tinitira mo si PRRD na epekto ng fentanyl. Tingnan mo yung epekto ng fentanyl sa kanya. Oh. Tingnan mo, tumalino ng tumalino. Ikaw, pulburon ka ng pulburon, pabobo ka ng pabobo. Okay, tuloy.
Now, many people, many voters, I assume, took that as a sign that you were going to be tough on China in that disputed territory in the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea, but you haven't been. Why?
Do you really think that I would go the riding? I don't even own a jet.
No, I don't.
Mr. President, you have clearly moved away from the United States. Why do you think it is necessary for the country to distance itself from its long-standing ally in Asia?
Just because I'm going to China doesn't mean to say that I'm moving away from the United States.
But you talked about pursuing a different paradigm.
What I'm saying is that please do not be too discourteous for us. Because if you think that we are bad, you are in a bad company, you're free to go. I mean, what kind of a friend are you? That instead of following the normal process of due process for my country, when I was mayor, it was okay. But when I was a president, you should be careful. Because whether you like me or not, I may be insignificant to you, but I carry the burden of sovereignty. So if you begin to insult me in international fora, without any going into a legal investigation, then you put to shame every Filipino out there.
So are you saying if...
Narinig nyo? Kung iinsulto nyo si PRRD, na hindi nyo naririnig yung kanyang sentimento, parang pinapayahin nyo yung buong bansa, yung Filipino people. Ayan ang sinasabi ng PRRD. Kasi ganun ang ano sa kanila ng Amerika at saka ng European Union eh. Ang tingin kay PRRD parang binabastos siya, iniinsulto siya eh. Ano ginawa niya? Pinagmumura niya. Nagsasalita siya, hindi siya pinakikinggan. Oo. Nagpapaliwanag siya, hindi siya pinakikinggan ng European at saka ng Amerika. Pinagmumura niya. Nung pinagmumura niya, ano nangyari? Di napansin siya, animal. Pakinggan nyo.
If the US had not publicly criticized the war on drugs, then relations would be normal now, as they have been for many decades.
Had America just followed the normal procedure of calling the attention of a country to a certain violation that would affect the laws of humanity, it could have just followed the due process, which is normally accorded to everybody by going to the United Nations airing the grievance, if you may, for other people, then demanding that there should be an investigation. It should begin in the internal body of the United Nations, because we are, or the Philippines is, a member of the United Nations.
So if they had done that, relations would be normal now. Military ties would be normal.
I said this Orientalist, you just be courteous. We are not used to being bamboozled and just, Mr. Duterte, you know that the serious violations could result in the cutting of AIDS. That is not acceptable to us, actually.
Ayan, no?
We call it in our dialect, boy, and in the Tagalog, it's
Sumbat.
you give things to them and say, oh, I give you these things, and you're not doing what I want. That is a very serious mistake.
So
O, ginagawa tayong aso. Pag sinabing sit ka. Pagka hindi ka nag-sit, hindi ka bibigyan ng reward. Hindi ka bibigyan ng dog food. Ganyan kayong mga, ay putang ina. Ay kaya ano nangyari ngayon kay BBM? Oo. Ay putang ina, diba? Para makuha mo ito, mga binibigay namin sa iyo, Mr. Bongbong Marcos, ay putang ina, kailangan sumunod ka sa mga sinasabi namin sa iyo. Sa makatuwid, uto-uto. Ang problema kasi ng Amerika kay Duterte, hindi nila ito mauto. Di ba hindi mauto to si PRRD? Eh si Bongbong Marcos, uto-uto. Di ba? O tuloy. O sandali. Ate Marilyn Pepianco, thank you, maraming salamat.
There have been some contradictory statements lately about military relations in particular between the Philippines and the US, contradictory from you and some other members of your government. Can we just clear up a couple of things?
Yes.
Will military ties, military exercises with the US end now?
It ends now.
Okay. Will you walk away from the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement that was signed by your predecessor?
I
2
may,
years ago?
upon a review with the military authorities.
How are you feeling now?
Well,
Which way are you leaning?
They should know my sentiment.
What
But
is-
it would depend on the advice of the military.
What is your sentiment?
But they know my sentiment. Everybody knows my sentiment. You know my sentiment.
That you will end that.
Yes, because I said if I'm in a bad company, then why bear with me?
So that's without finality yet, basically, you're saying.
I said I have to consult the military.
You also have a mutual defense agreement.
Oh, sabi ni PRRD, kung ako ay tingin mo bad company, bakit kailangan pa natin magsama? Sama ng tingin mo sa akin, tapos magsasama tayo? Ay, hindi na. Hanap na lang ako ng gusto sa akin. Di ba?
Defense treaty that was signed back in 1951. Will you walk away from that?
I cannot abrogate it. Now, let me ask you this question.
Putang ina. Bongbong Marcos, ganito President Bongbong Marcos. Putang ina, ikaw, in-interview ka sa Australia. Sinasabihan ka, bakit ka tumatawa? Samantalang itong si PRRD, let me ask you a question. Putang na si PRRD nagtanong sa nagtatanong sa kanya, animal. Di ba? Saan ka nakakita ng ganyang presidente? Di ba? Yung ibang presidente, I ask the question, you answer the question. Yun ang motto ng mga reporter, ng mga nag-i-interview. I ask the question, you answer my question. Pero si PRRD, let me ask you a question. Yan ang presidente. Hindi, putang ina talaga. Pag si BBM, si Bongbong Marcos tinanong lang eh. Bakit siya tumatawa? Why are you laughing? Ha? Sinabihan siyang why are you laughing? Putang ina, nataranta, nanginig ang lalamunan. Nanigas ang panga. Diba? Hirap na hirap siyang idepensa yung sarili niya eh. Eto, putang na, biglang nagtanong. Okay, ito, tuloy. Tangina, kawawa na mo si BBM. Nagkakaroon tuloy kasi ng comparison ngayon. Kasi sinasabi nila, ang galing daw ni BBM sumagot sa mga interview sa kanya. Putang ina, nasaan ang galing nun? Ito ang magaling, ha, mga tanso. Ito, Tatay Digong. O, tuloy.
Tell me frankly, really. Let me ask you this question. And tell me frankly, really.
Oh, biruin mo, let me ask you some question. Tell me frankly. Tell me frankly. Oh, biruin mo yun? BBM, kaya mo yung ganyan? Tapos tignan mo yung mukha ni PRRD, oh. Tignan mo, nakaganon na talaga sa kanila, oh. Sige. Puta, salubong na yung kilay. Hindi ba? Oh, tuloy.
Is there a need for me to mention? And tell me frankly, really. Is there a need for me to maintain military ties with anybody? And even with Africa and Somalia and all? Now, let me ask this question. Having said that, if there is really a third world war, for all the ICBMs and the Poseidons and the land air base and in the skies, if it's going to be a third war, then everybody pushes its nuclear power. China, Russia, and America. Would there be enough time to talk about the third world war?
Maybe not, but your relations go far beyond things like that with the US. They
well,
go to
I said-
disaster relief, things like that. Aren't you putting all of that at risk?
I do not think they will be there for us.
But they were at Typhoon Haiyan just a few years ago.
What?
Typhoon Haiyan.
Sabi ganon, no? Alam ba, magkaroon ng Third World War. Oh, China, US, Russia. Tapos meron pa silang sa dami ng mga nuclear weapon, may eye in the sky pa. Oh, alam niyo naman siguro yung eye in the sky, di ba? Nakatago lang, nasa satellite yun eh. Bumabagsak lang yun, pasasabugin na yung isang lugar. Sa palagay mo kaya, sabi ni PRRD, magagawa pa naming mag-usap ng Amerika para sa mga aid na yan? Andyan na? Tapos sabi naman itong gunggong na itong reporter, sabing ganon, nagbibigay naman ng aid ang US, kagaya ng Typhoon Haiyan, yung nangyari yung Yolanda. O eto, pakinggan natin.
That's not a war. And if they want, they could have, you can forgo with it. Other nations will come. Or we will die. Double the number.
Kung hindi ba naman bobo ito, ang Yolanda, disaster yon, bagyo. Hindi yung giyera, tungaw. Alam naman natin na ang buong mundo, pagka merong isang bansa na inabot ng dilubyo, dumarating talaga ang tulong. Ang aid, dumarating talaga yan. Galing sa iba't ibang bansa na handang tumulong. Kasama yan sa napagkasunduan dyan sa United Nations. Ha? Huwag kang tanga. Pag member ka ng UN, pag ang bansa mo ay inabot ng mga sakuna, dilubyo, baha, lindol o ano paman, tutulong o obligasyon ng bansa mo na tumulong. Ganun yon. Kasi kasama yan sa treaty. Animal. Tapos gagawin mo, putang ina mo, kumbaga ipapangkonsensya mo. O bakit naman tumulong naman ang Amerika dun sa Hayan, dun sa sa Yolanda? Hindi mo kailangan ipangkonsensya yan. Kasama sa treaty yan, kasama yan doon sa napagkasunduan ninyo bilang mga miyembro ng United Nations, animal.
And so, Haiyan is just a creation of the climate change, which the industrial countries also created, helped grow. You know, in terms of gas emissions, we are here. We would like to reach this limit, but what you all know, it's a ratio and proportion along the way. Look, stupid, you have reached the heights of industrialization. All these years, you're pursuing all the gas, carbon and everything, footprints. We had little or had nothing, little to do with it. Now we would like to reach where you are now. But also they're controlled because and until the end of the world, it's going to be always like that. So that is how interest countries really work. They come as you go to our place in Paris, or we go to Canada or South America. Then we discuss about it.
Sabi ni Pipito, bangag daw si Tatay Digong. Tingnan mo ang itsura ng bangag. Ganyan ba ang bangag? Ganyan ba itsura ng bangag? O eto?
Hoy, dik, ay nagadik-adik, ang duga makadaot, undang inagamit. Hoy, dik, ay nagadik-adik, ang duga makadaot, undang inagamit. Hoy,
Sinong bangag? Tingnan mo nga itsura. Tingnan mo ang itsura ng bangag. Nakita nyo na kung ano itsura ng, anong klase ng itsura ng bangag? Yun nga, putang ina, buong pamilya, sabay-sabay tumira. Sige, balat pa. Bakit ba kasi nabangag? Bakit? Captain Dado, bakit ba bangag yan?
Ang problema ninyo, yung kapitan ng barko na lumulubog, hindi mo madinig. Nasaan si kapitan? Nasaan si kapitan? Ano na, lulubog na tayo. O, paano? Nasaan si kapitan? Tapos may nagsasabi, sumisinghot. Lumulubog na yung barko, sumisinghot pa. Sumisinghot pa.
Animal ka. Captain Dado, wag mo na ulitin niya, Captain Dado, Captain Dado. Ay, nako. Tangina. Sino ang bangag? Meron bang chismis na si PRRD tumitira ng droga. Sino ba ang may chismis na di umano ay adik? Sino ba may chismis? Ang pinagbibintangan, may pulburong video. Tatay Digong ba? Duterte ba o Marcos? Kuya Alpi Cornel, tawa ka ng tawa, ha? Tawa ka ng tawa, ha? Tawa ka ng tawa, Kuya Alpi, ha? Huwag kang ano dyan, ha? Ang galing, no? Ang galing ni BBM, no? Magaling?
Magaling kang kupal ka.
Nga tuloy. Tanginan nyo. Grabe, ang lalakas yung, kayo ang lalakas yung mga buwisit. Saan ba kayo nagmana ng pambubuwisit na yan, animal? Sino ba yung senadora na nagsasabing adikto siyang si BBM? Si Senator Nikki Coseteng. Ay, Kuya Ran, shoutout sa'yo, ha? Shoutout sa'yo. Oh. Yung hindi nakasubscribe kay Kuya Rans, pakisubscribe niyo ito. Isa rin tong DDS Vlogger, ha? Oo, DDS Vlogger din yan. Nako. Sus Mariosep, Anong isa pa? Ano doon? Tatlo yung pinalabas nating video. Ano ba doon yung uulitin natin, animal? Animal kayo? Ano ba? Isa pa. Ano nga doon? Si Duterte, si PRRD, wala namang issue na pagiging adik. Eh, alam naman natin kung sino may issue. Tapos binabaliktad nyo. Okay lang kayo? Nasa normal pa ba kayong pag-iisip? Ay, putang ina kasi. Sinabi na kasi itigil nyo na yan droga. Oo, tamang hinala na kayo. Ay, Captain, magandang gabi, ha, Captain. Ay, Kapitan pala. Kapitan ng to, barko. DDS USA watching. Thank you, Captain. Yung dilatang mata ni Mamsi? Gusto niyo yan? Puta, may music yun. Lakas tama, eh. Tangina talaga kayo. Pinapahamak niyo ako, ah. Putang ina, wala pa hamakan, animal kayo. Maria Paz Okoshi, thank you ata. Maria Paz Okoshi, maraming salamat. Lakas baba, ako'y nawawala. 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 Putang ina. Yak! Yak! Animal kayo? Ay, Genevieve Webster, kanina pa, yun ang inuna ko para maikumpara natin ng maganda. Inuna ko yung kay interview ni BBM at isinunod ko tong interview ni PRRD. Nilagyan natin ng comparison na ganito ang tamang sagot. Ganito sumagot ang tunay na presidente. Di ba? Yung sinasabi niyo interview kanina pa, yun ang umpisa ng topic natin. Puta, grabe kayo, lalakas niyo mambuisit. Tangina talaga niya, no? Malala na si Sandro, patay. Sabi ni Ray Salmurin. Naku, matindi. Gawa natin ng kwento. May nainggit.
Sana all.
Putang ina, si Kiko dilat din no? Kiko, anong nangyari? Dilat ka rin. Ba't napapasana all ka? Norminda P. De Leon, maraming salamat. Thank you sa super sticker. Animal talaga. Animal ka, Kuya Alpi. Di bali mapahamak, basta masaya kayo. Paano naman ako? Di ba? Ano tawag mo diyan? Ano tawag mo diyan? Ano tawag mo rito? Ano tawag mo rito? Ano tawag niyo diyan? Ano masasabi niyo diyan? Ano tawag niyo diyan? Mga tropang iwi?
Mga tropang iwi.
Ikaw, Congressman Tevez, hindi ka na talaga makakauwi dito. Wala kayo ng tinapay kayo? Ay, Master Judea, magandang gabi sa iyo ha, animal. Mag-live ka lang, mag-end na ako. Ate Melby, maraming salamat sa pakulay. Thank you. Kaya eto si Congressman Tevez, hindi na talaga makakabalik ng Pilipinas eh. Anak lang putang na. Lakas tama, family. Master Judea, gusto mo yon? Tangina. Ulit pa? Puro kayo ulit eh. Ano? Anak. Buisit na yan. Putang ina yung inubo kayo. Ay, putang na, 2 oras na ako, magagalit ang asawa ko. Tangina talaga niya, no? Ulit. Nasa na yun?
Mga tropang iwi.
Sana all.
Putang ina, biglang nagkaroon ng kwento, animal. Kaya ko lang, putang ina. Bukas. Ay, yung Kuya Alpi, animal ka, putang ina. Saan kaya nila kinukuha yung droga na yan, ano? Yung tinitira nila? Saan kaya nila kinukuha yan? Sa palagay nyo, saan nila kinukuha yan? Diba? Alam ka namang may contact silang drug lord. Sino ba may contract na drug lord sa kanila?
Kami ni Mar, matagal na po kaming magkaibigan. Matagal kaming nagsama sa New York at marami kaming mga adventure na magkasama.
May droga ngayon sa Makati. Pwede tayo bumili ng shabu, pwede tayo bumili ng cocaine, pwede tayo bumili ng heroin. Alam ko yan eh.
Putang ina. Ito pala tulak. Putang ina ka, Maroa. Sa'yo pala galing yan. Animal ka. Putang ina yan. Si Mar pala taga-bili ang putang ina. Tangina ka, Buster. Yari ka, Buster. Pag-iinitan ka, animal. Di ba? Bea Alonso, ano naman masasabi mo sa mga taong ganyan? Ano masasabi mo sa mga taong ganyan, Bea?
Isa lang gusto kong sabihin sa'yo ngayon. At nagpapasalamat ako, masasabi ko na sa mukha mo ngayon, puto ang ina mo!
Putang na, ayoko na! Okay. Runner pala si Ro. Putang ina. Ayop. Alam ko ako sa nakakabili. Sabi ni Marosi, meron sa Makati, meron sa Pasay, meron sa Davao. Animal kayo. Sige, magpaalam na ako. Animal kayo. Baka magurug kasama ako sa magurugor, animal. Ay, Master Judea, mag-live ka na, animal ka, mag-end na ako. Idol Buster, si Rojas Runner, sino naman taga-serve? Nako, puta. Sino bang taga-serve nila? Sino bang taga-serve? Puta, wala akong maisip na taga-serve, Maghahanap ako ng taga-serve, animal. Anong gusto mo? Cocaine, heroin, shabu, lahat alam ni Marian. Ayop kayo, putang ina nyo. Huwag kayo ganyan, animal, putang ina. Si Gadon. Si Gadon taga-serve. Maghahanap ako ng video ni Gadon. Putang ina kayo. Hindi. Si Laila de Lima, ano yon? Hindi magsiserve yun kasi, ano yun may papa yun Saba ang hinahanap nun. Oo, yung saba. Saba ang hinahanap ni Laila de Lima. Pakinggan natin.
Junel.
Diba, Junel?
Ano bang tawagan niyo yung Secretary de Lima? Junel.
Diba? Yun ang wag kayong nangaano kayo
Baby, hindi pala sweetie. Junel. Sweet ang tono, hindi sweetie.
Totoo yun, sir.
Junel.
Sa tingin mo ba, pinagsamantalahan mo ang kahinaan ni Laila de Lima bilang isang babae nung kayo'y nagkaroon ng relasyon?
Hindi po, sir.
Nung sinabi mong hindi mo pinagsamantalahan ang kanyang kahinaan bilang isang babae, ano ibig sabihin mo?
Basta umibig ako sa kanya, inibig din niya ako.
Huwag kayo magbabanggit ang pangalan dito. Baka may video ako, napiplay ko eh. Sige na, babay na. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat sa pagbisita sa aking live streaming. Kita-kita tayo bukas ulit alas 10 ng umaga. Alas 10 ng umaga. Magsama-sama tayo kung gusto nyong mambuisit, kung gusto nyong tumawa, at kung gusto nyong seryoso at may matutunan kayo na topic tungkol sa batas. Sige. Ngayon light lang ang atake natin ngayon. Light lang At kasi naipangako ko lang to kanina. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Siyempre, maraming salamat sa mga nag-super chat, nag-super sticker. Maraming salamat sa pag-sponsor ng live stream na ito. Yan. At siyempre naman, ang lagi sinasabi ng Kaprin Tiyanak, stay safe, stay healthy, stay wet, stay in love. Babush.